Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanTrucks.com, and today I'm walking you through how to pick a front bumper for your F-150. Now in the shop today we've got a 15 5-liter F-150, but the types of bumpers I go over in this video apply to all generations. Now the different types of bumpers I'll be covering are entry-level, utility-based, pre-runner, and total protection to give you an idea of what works best for you and your truck's application. Now before we jump into it, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date on all future F-150 content, so let's get to it. The first type of bumper I want to highlight is a simple entry-level off-road bumper. Now this appeals to the F-150 owner looking for a durable, aggressive, and beefy front bumper that can act as a blank slate for potential add-ons in the future, and typically these entry-level bumpers have a strong steel construction and rugged angles with some open sections that could fit some auxiliary lighting or aftermarket recovery accessories. Now these bumpers can take a beating at the front end, but don't come with all the bells and whistles that a more inclusive option does, like brush guards or skid plates. Now the example I have here is the Barricade HD front bumper in a textured black finish. Now you can see the full width protection that this clearly has that's more durable than your factory bumper. It has some potential for upgrades, but out of the box it's pretty entry level. Now there are many bumpers in the category that fit the entry level off-road type, each with slight differences. I like this Barricade option because it's a really straightforward starting point where you can add lighting on the sides, but out of the box it's just pretty simple. Next is a type of bumper that takes our first one just a few steps forward. I'll call this one a utility-based bumper. It has all the same characteristics as our first option. It's protective, beefy, and durable, but it adds some recovery and utility parts. Things like a winch plate, strong D-ring shackles, and even auxiliary lighting are things you'd start to find on a utility-type bumper. Now these appeal to the F-150 owner looking to have some recovery gear on deck during some trail riding or job site work with their truck. Now if you or your buddy's truck gets stuck, your front bumper can handle a winch to get you guys out safely. If you're working nights and need some extra lighting on the site, some utility bumpers come with 2 to 4 cube lights or even a light bar in some cases. Now the example I have here is the Barricade HD winch front bumper with LED lighting. Now this one fits that profile with the 2 bright white LEDs you see on each side, and it's capable of holding a 12,500 pound capable winch. Now you can see a similar shape between this build and our first Barricade option, but the utility goes a long way for F-150 owners looking to step up their front end bumper's functionality. Now our third bumper type is the PreRunner style front bumper. Now this style goes in a bit of a different direction. It's built for maximum ground clearance, wheel articulation, and approach angles. Now typically a PreRunner front bumper is thin, lightweight, and in some cases has a tubular construction. Now having a shorter front bumper that isn't as low to the ground helps in so many ways off-road. It allows you to go over obstacles easier, letting your tire contact it and go over before your front bumper can take the hit. Now low front bumpers can be a big hindrance off-road, so having that added ground clearance allows you to go places you may not have been able to go with your stock or even aftermarket front bumper. Now sometimes these bumpers even have recovery features like the addictive Desert Designs Stealth Fighter we have here. This one uses a short, fully welded steel construction that wraps around the width of your headlights and even has those 2 D-ring mounts on the front for your aftermarket D-ring for recovery opportunities. Now above that, you even see this open bar that really runs the width of your full front grille, and that has some mounting opportunities for an aftermarket light bar or some other auxiliary lights you can pick up with the included brackets in the kit. Now this gives you that desert race truck type of vibe and function at the front end of your F-150. And with this one, you may not get as much protection as you would with some of the other options I've highlighted in this video, but it's extremely functional and makes for a pretty unique way to stylize the front end of your truck. Lastly, I have what I like to call the total protection style front bumpers. Now these are not only the ones that have a beefy full width bumper design, but they also have a big brush guard that extends up the headlights and grille area. Now this type of bumper is for the F-150 owner looking to keep their front end protected all around in any driving condition on or off road. Now sometimes these bumpers have added utility items like lighting or recovery equipment, but the main component is the upper front end protection. This Iron Cross full guard front bumper is a fully welded one-piece design that's heavy, it's massive, and it's without a doubt one of the most protective options in the category. And this bumper example has the brush guard welded to the bumper, extending around the headlights and the grille area. The grille even has an added mesh steel for increased protection. It's got a winch plate and D-ring mounts for recovery, along with lighting opportunities as well. Not all total protection front bumpers are the same. Some have removable pieces, others have more intricate headlight bars. This one here is a great example of how beefed up you can actually make your front end. That's going to wrap up how to pick a front bumper for your F-150. Now remember, this applies to all generations of the F-150, not just the one we have in the shop today. Hopefully this helped you narrow down which type of bumper would be best for you and your truck's application. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want more content like this, along with product reviews and F-150 news. Keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.